Good morning, everybody. How y'all doing? Oh, it's a 2-for-1 today. So, that's how it's going to be like all week. So, weaponization of the justice system. It's just a, you know, word for thought. And then human trafficking, right? Some people, it's 2 sets of couples. We got a 3-for. You wonder what time it is? 7:25 a.m. My best guess is some people are really upset about this NISD school bus not driving past my house. It was twice a day, and then we went to once a day in the morning, and then now it seems to be non-existent. But you know what? Maybe they can have the excuse of, well, the school bus stopped coming, so we made that our route. Is that what it's gonna be? It didn't have anything to do with this. I'm getting filmed. Nobody's telling me. I'm not a public figure. Nobody acknowledges that to me in public. It didn't have anything to do with that. The fact that my algorithms are different than everybody else's is completely different. They just gotta see me every day and bother me in the mornings. And anytime I leave the house, really. So, good morning, everybody. Another day, another dollar. So, weaponization of justice system. And then in public, with Trump, they're gonna be like, you're a criminal. Ever since you became president, we're able to use the justice system justly against you because you've been a criminal this whole time. And we're going to highlight that when you're president and when you run for president. Banjo, gotta wait. Let's go, Poopy. All these cars, and none of them offered to give me a ride. They're still there, in case you wonder. And then grown people, grown adults, are just gonna go with it. They're gonna say, Trump's a criminal. He needs his sentencing because he's been a criminal before and after and during when he was president. The only one, by the way. So, I know the Clintons, it's been rocky with them when he was president with the whole Monica thing. But I guess it's not illegal to be a hoe. I'm talking about Bill Clinton, obviously, but you know, I'm starting to wonder. I've been through some life experiences here in this, not in ISD School Bus Road, which is the first time since 2021 that's happened. I'm starting to think maybe it's a little bit more fluid. I'm starting to wonder. So, there's a cute puppy dog over there. Oh my god. One second. Okay. So anyway, my point was Grown adults are going with it. And so then, of course, leads everybody to wonder, is this a genuine argument that they have? Or is it not? They have that card to play, so they're going to play it. I think most people by now, you got to get the 2 cars. That's why you got to stop and wait, because there's another car approaching. I've seen that tons of times. So look at you having to stop and wait and have your car directed right at me, because there was another car there. Obviously, that was my mistake. In our hypothetical situation preparing discussions I have with y'all, that was my bad. I was incorrect in that assumption, because there was another car there. But anyway, grown people just going with it, because it's an argument they have, because that's obviously a card they can play for whatever reason, right? My husband talks about, oh, well, you've had 3.5 years. Well, how come this hasn't been done? Like, whoa. So Bill Clinton almost got impeached because he lied to Congress, right? But a perfect phone call. We got a perfect phone call versus the definition of is. So, anyway, some people are just weird. I mean, there's some people who get into power and authority, and they understand. They're like, this is really big power and authority that we have probably gotten to protect people, right? And then there's just some weirdos out there who see that as a way to not protect people. Obviously, right? I talk about the Clintons like that, and I used to say there was a fact that I knew. It was Obama. What was it? I forget now, but he apparently under the Obama administration, it was like something about whistleblowers. The most amount of whistleblowers in his administration. And then, which is obviously interesting considering Hillary Clinton was Secretary of State. 1 second. Okay, so 1 second. I'm just gonna interrupt my train of thought here. Was now I see a trailer here on Squaw Creek, and yesterday, I don't know if y'all remember when I was doing my post debate. We saw a trailer like drove around here, and then they drove into Warriors Creek, and it turns out that same trailer does the yard. So there's weird stuff going on with the yard people. So apparently the yard company, a moment in time was okay, and now not anymore. That trailer parked in front of my house. It said Texas Pride on it. And did these 3 houses on this side of the back alley. And I think now they do where that white Honda CR-V. I've seen them over there too. So it's One Yard Company, and they don't usually park in front of my house like that. Where I look out my bedroom window and there's their trailer. That's usually not a regular thing. And now I see a car over there with a trailer, which again is not a regular thing. But weaponization of justice system and human trafficking. So anyway, that's my video for today. It's you know, it is what it is. I hear Chelsea Clinton's going to be on The View, so I'm sure all of y'all are going to tune in to hear what she has to say. Just kidding. I know that's not going to happen. Anyway, so anybody want to ask her about that whole thing? You want to talk about weaponization of justice system? What about impeachment? 1 second. So look, obviously there's some people who don't mind making me uncomfortable. They have 0 problems. Instead of it being like, oh, do I have to make her uncomfortable? They like look forward to it every day. They make me a public figure and then never even acknowledge it to me, other than an unspoken, I know you know, you know I know. That's the whole purpose why you're around me. So anybody gonna ask her? What about this impeachment process? What about subsequent term with the wife Clinton? They never got divorced. With the wife Clinton being Secretary of State, and that administration having some factoid about the most amount of whistleblowers who got punishment for sharing that. I don't trust Edward Snowden's issue. I mean, obviously this whole Ukraine and Russia thing, obviously a collateral side deal on that is we kind of look at Edward Snowden in that Hollywood, oh look, he worked for the CIA and he thought it was so wrong that people were spying on Americans. So he writes a Substack about the that one court. What court is it? Anyway, I'll talk to y'all later. Y'all have a good one. I'm gonna go do my morning thing and then get out this neighborhood and hang out at Kimmy's. It's a Tesla. Which again, I mean, y'all seen my past videos. I mean, it's kind of mirroring this neighborhood, in my opinion. Anyway, y'all have a good one. I'll talk to y'all later. Oh, and the lawn people, it's a big old thing with this too. The organics already went. The lawn people, you can't really tell because there's leaves right now. But they put it right in the middle because you're not supposed to put it by the fence. And when me and my mom got home from the zoo yesterday, I had to get out of the car and move it. But we saw the organics truck before while we were leaving. So I moved it back. And then I had to stop by HB yesterday. And they had it, the lawn people who were at my house, in this backyard, this one. When my mom and I got home from the zoo, And what did they do? They moved it right on back. From when I put it there was already leaves in it. This was already clean. It looked better than this right now. So they parked their trailer right in front of my house, even though they did several houses, and apparently houses in Warriors Creek. And they took it and then moved it back right there. So when I went to HEB, I had to get out the car. I had to move it. And I didn't want to do so because this neighbor was out and that neighbor was out. So, I just want y'all to know. Usually, there's minimum that many details with all the stuff that you see. And I'm just guessing ADT doesn't keep track of all that. And probably not Edward Snowden, because he's against mass surveillance. He's against warrantless spying. And obviously the Clintons don't have anything to do with that. Why would they worry about the yards being mowed in my neighborhood? I mean, that's definitely something you should not ask Chelsea Clinton on The View. You shouldn't ask her about the dad's impeachment, the subsequent mom's Secretary of State with the whole whistleblower. I don't know the exact factoid. And then ask her if they're worried about my backyard, my mom's yard, their teacher retirement money, and where my dad, he would rent out houses. He owned houses. He rented out some. One of them got sold. The nice one, the good house. And obviously I can't afford to live there, right? I don't have an income, right? This is an example. I don't have an income. The yard guys, they have an income. My mom pays them. Even though you can't really tell because the leaves are back. It was yesterday. So I know I post a lot of my stuff on Instagram and stuff, but I don't have an income. So I don't, just go ahead and ask her about that. Any one of y'all is going to be brave enough, funny enough to do that? Investigative journalists. So y'all have a good one. I'll talk to you later.